This is what they don't want you to know. America is broken, and it's not by accident, it's by design. Big money controls everything. Your vote, your freedom, bought and sold by billionaires behind closed doors. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's the real reason America feels like it's falling apart. And today, we're breaking down how big money runs politics, and why the system is built to keep you powerless.
Lobbying, at its core, is simply the act of trying to convince those in power to pass or eliminate legislation, and from regular people to huge corporations, anyone can try. In some countries like the US, there's a way to do so legally because as of the 15th of December 1791, the right to petition the government for redress of grievances is protected by the First Amendment to the US Constitution. In places where there's no such thing, yeah, it still ends up being done through methods like bribery or, generally speaking, corruption. Therefore,
every year, Forbes magazine releases a list of America's biggest givers. And in 2023, these 25 individuals or pairs made the list. It includes people like Google co-founder Sergey Brin and Mark Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan. These are the piles of money Forbes reported each of them has given away. Collectively, a whopping $196 billion of lifetime giving. That's bigger than the GDP of most countries. This giant pile of money has done a lot of good, but it's hiding a more complicated and problematic story of billionaire philanthropy in America. We'll show you how.
I have a question for you. Ready? Do you think the federal government is spending less money under Donald Trump or more money under Donald Trump compared to a year ago? Well, as the Wall Street Journal reports today, using that data, government spending under Trump is actually up compared to this point last year under President Biden, to the tune of more than $150 billion.
It's simple. Billionaires and corporations buy politicians. Both parties, both sides, Republicans and Democrats. This isn't red versus blue. This is rich versus everybody else. While we're working paycheck to paycheck, these people are writing the rules in secret rooms.
Dark money means money from unknown sources that is used to back political candidates and causes. But to understand dark money, one must first go back to 2010, when Waka Waka topped the charts and a conservative nonprofit called Citizens United wanted to air some kind of anti-Hillary Clinton movie called Hillary the Movie. Citizens United was going to be banned from airing the film because of a law that prevented corporations from participating in campaign messaging right before an election. Citizens United sued, and soon the case was at the Supreme Court, which ruled that while Citizens United is an organization, they're also a group of individuals. Therefore, preventing them from airing their film, that's actually a violation of their First Amendment rights. The same would go for other types of organizations like corporations. Ain't that right? They can make unlimited independent expenditures in campaigns. Corporations can't directly give money to campaigns. That's considered bribery. And Citizens United didn't change that. What the Citizens United ruling allowed for is for corporations to give money to outside political entities. Entities that push certain messaging that might align with a certain candidate, but don't technically campaign for that candidate.
The groups that really stick out in terms of outside spending and dark money in particular are super PACs and 501c4 nonprofits.
That's Anna Masolia from the campaign finance watchdog Open Secrets. Of the two groups she's talking about,
you climate crisis like lives depend on it, because they quite literally do. In my district, the Massachusetts 7th, the sea level rise caused by an increase in global temperatures, which is a direct result of the continued operations of the oil and gas companies before this committee, will destabilize families and sink entire communities. From Cambridge and Chelsea to the Fenway and East Boston, my constituents are living in regions that will be completely underwater if we do not take bold action to transition to 100% renewable, zero-emission energy sources as outlined in the Green New Deal. And as I fight for the livelihoods of my neighbors, I'm clear-eyed that my opposition is the massive lobbying campaign by the billion-dollar corporations appearing before this committee today. Your companies invest hundreds of millions of dollars in lobbying efforts each year, some of which is disclosed and reported. But the truth is, these amounts represent only a fraction of what is actually spent against our efforts to save lives and our planet.
Lawsuits that took place, I think started in 2019, 2020, October 13th, and then July 21st, drug distributors and J&J reached $26 billion deal to end opioids lawsuits. Are you seeing a major progress being made by both doctors, because you give credit to 4 reasons why this is taking place, right? It wasn't just let's blame the pharmaceutical companies. It was 4 different things that you talked about. Are you seeing this being an issue that the folks at the top from the politics or whoever holds them accountable is bringing this up more, or are they kind of looking the other way from your experience?
My experience is that these settlements that you're talking about, and if you look closely at the settlements, you'll see that how many years that they're paid out over. And it's oftentimes 7 years, sometimes 10 years that they are making these, these restitution payments, okay? But understand that they've made billions and billions on their drugs, and they will continue to sell and make billions while they're making these payments. So it's really just
This is why America feels broken. We can't get healthcare fixed because Big Pharma doesn't want it. We can't raise wages because corporate donors control Congress. We can't stop gun violence because the gun lobby owns politicians. This is why nothing changes. This isn't a glitch in the system. This is the system. And it's working exactly the way billionaires and corporate lobbyists want it to. They keep us distracted, fighting over headlines, while they keep getting richer. But here's what I want to know from you. Is America too far gone to fix, or is there still time to take the power back from big money? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is just getting started. This is Unfiltered Nation. If you're tired of fake news and media spin, hit that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.